Hello everyone, welcome to this session. I'm Sanyukta Saxena. Hope you are enjoying the series on translucence. Today we are going to try drawing another tile with a little difference, right? So practice is what does matter as far as translucence is concerned, yeah, because you have to use your pencil very lightly and create that effect. If you put more pressure on the pencil, then it almost looks like tangling with pencil and not translucence, right? So that is the key here. So I have a Zentangle in front of me and I have added a border here. And with a sense of gratitude and appreciation, today let us do something a little different. So I'm not going to add some clear cut, uh, clear cuts on my tile. I'm instead going to go with these kind of random cuts, right? Like these, uneven, and let's see what happens, right? So I have given these uneven cuts, and now I'm going to add the tangle diva dance around these cuts, right? So what I'm doing here is adding an aura, and then I'll add 1 or 2 layers of diva dance there, probably inside also. Spaces are less. So first add these humps or bumps, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, just like we do for diva dance, some bold inked portions wherever you feel like, right? So till now we more or less kept these sections which were cut out to give the translucence effect, more or less, very straight line cutouts. So today we are going to add a little more zen to the cutout area. Small little things that you can do to add to the look of your tile. So most important thing is to explore, to try new things, to be open to innovative ideas. Again, I'm going to add some more weight here and there. I'm adding inside because I want some area empty for the translucence, right? So I'm adding it inside. I'll probably just add one more layer of aura. One inside and one outside. Yeah. So again, adding those humps. And then adding one more aura inside. Tangle Diva Dance. A purely aura based tangle. Auras and inking, nothing else. Yeah. And then I'm going to add one outer aura. Add some bit of ink wherever you feel like. So auras are supposed to be close here. That's what gives Diva Dance its look, right? So I've done it for one, and I'm going to do the same for the rest also. Yeah, so first add the weight like this, wherever you feel like. You can't really replicate this tangle with me, so use the concept, add weights here and there, and then just keep adding auras. Yeah, these are some of the tangles which are too much of aura based and you can't really go on and replicate each aura, right? So just go with how you feel like drawing it at that point of time. Yeah, so added a few. I don't think I want to add more. Again, I'll do the same for the rest of the three also. Yeah, so take your time and do that slowly. So I'm done with the exercise. Now I'm going to start tangling, right? So in each of these sections, so let us start with the tangle jet tees. Yeah, so I've started with a part of a circle and then adding this band inside just as we draw for the tangle jetties. Drawing behind here. I have to give the translucence effect, right? So we will have to do that. And then I'm also leaving some gaps in between where I will add the inking, right? Always choose tangles which have their backgrounds inked, which have bold inks. Helps you with giving the translucence effect. Right, so I have drawn a couple of jetties there, and I'm now safely going to ink the rest of the spaces, not going to think much because I need that inking, yeah, because that will extend to my outer translucence area also. So just ink the in between sections. Now up to you whether you want to keep the jetty simple or you want to deck it up, right? So let's add a little variety. So since outside is already inked, I am going to abstain from inking this band. Instead add something else. Yeah. So I'm not going to ink the band again. Too much of inking will happen then. So I'm just adding some orbs, some stripes, keeping it simple. You can also add maybe Knight's Bridge, but not avoid further inking. Yeah. So let us now do the same exercise in these areas also, which we have created, right? Again, to give the same impression of areas which are clearly visible. Yeah. So take your time and go to each of these spaces, whatever space you have, just, and then I'm just going to ink the rest. Take your time. Give enough time to inking, don't haste up. It will add a lot to the look of your tile. So be patient. Some simple stripes there. Some orbs with a dot probably. You can draw anything there. Some printums probably. Yeah. So again moving on to the next area. Again going to add a nice orb. Whatever spaces you have, go with that. Try squeezing in jetties there, and the spaces left just ink it. Just playing with jetties. Yeah. So I am going to do the same in these two also. Yeah. Hidden ones there. Try drawing behind. It will add to the look of your tile. Yeah. So I am now working on the last one. Again inking the sections other than the jetties left behind. After drawing your jetties, whatever spaces you have, you will have to draw behind. Yeah. So this part, yeah, probably like this. a section visible there. So feel free to draw beautiful jetties there the way you wish to, right? So we are done with that exercise. Now we will have to work with our pencil. So just pick up your pencil, make sure it is sharp. I'm inking my border. Right? So I'm now going to switch to my pencil. So now I'm going to build that connection wherever I can between the inside and the outside. Right? So if possible, do that. Make sure you use your pencil lightly. We often tend to forget that, yeah, and press it hard. So this one will not be visible much. This one can be visible. So I'm going to add a nice pencil, complete it, add the orbs, probably a little bit here, yeah, little bit of correction in pencil lines, it's okay. We generally don't draw with our pencil, so it's so much easier to draw with the pen when you know that yes, you cannot do anything to it, yeah. Makes your life easier. So what I'm doing here is just completing the incomplete ones wherever possible to build that connection outside also. Yeah, I think we are more or less done because these would not show in the outside. And now I'm just going to draw random ones. Keep the design simple, preferably. Lines, orbs. Draw behind and leave spaces in between so that you can use your graphite to fill those spaces. They add to the translucence look. Right, so adding some orbs there. So draw a mix, a nice mix. Again going to draw here. Keep changing the direction of the bands. That also adds to the look. Right, so I'm going to continue like this. Take your time and slowly do that exercise. Big ones, small ones, but make sure you use a light hand. And do leave empty spaces in between. Yeah. So we are using just one tangle here. Again, choice of tangle is important here, and that's why I'm sticking to one to give you that effect. Take your time and slowly fill up the space. You're free to add some other tangle also if you want. There are a whole lot of tangles that you can choose from. Yeah. So I filled the space with my jetties, and now I'm going to add different kinds of designs, different tangles inside, whatever you feel like. Bands in few, orbs, triangles. right? So take your time, go to each, add whatever tangles you feel like. Preferably use less complex tangles. Pencil blurs easily, it smudges easily. So the simpler the tangles, the more visible, the more clear they would be. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead, fill up the rest also. Take your time and slowly do that exercise. Yeah, so I think we are done almost. We have added, yeah, tangles inside almost everything. Yeah, so now let us pick up our pencil and shade first. So first I'm going to shade the inside. So you can always shade the jetties, but to give the impact of they being inside, I'm going to shade the edges. Yeah, wherever it is not black, and then probably the intersection here, and that's it. Yeah, so this shading, generally when we have translucence, we shade the inside unless the space inside is very less. Yeah, shading inside will give that effect of something being enclosed or inside, like this. Yeah, so I'm not going to add any more. So first shade the inside. Wherever you see whites, just shade. Don't shade too much also. Yeah, again. Jetties gives a beautiful effect. On shading. Yeah, so people do keep asking me which pencil, which paper. So I use ordinary pencil, right? These are normal HP pencils. This is the Zentangle original, and this is a normal HP pencil, just that it is handmade, right? It is not the machine made pencil. I find the graphite better there. That's the only difference. Otherwise, the supplies are very much the ordinary supplies that we use, nothing different. I'm now using the graphite that is there on my blending stub and moving on to fill in the in-between spaces between my jetties to give that effect of in-between spaces being inked. Yeah. So take your time, go to each of the spaces, add that touch. It's always a better idea to use what's already there. It just adds the right amount of graphite to your tile, not less, not more. But yeah, if you don't have that used Tortolon, then probably you'll have to add some graphite and then blend it, which is not a good idea. This is a better idea. Yeah. So probably you should always go for a used stub as far as TransluZence is concerned. Yeah, it's a better idea. Right? So if you want, you can add some bit of brush pen or some graphite here. But it's optional. You may or may not do that. Because if you blend it, then you are covering up some of the translucent area. Right? So I'll just blur it very, not without spreading too much, just keep it to where it is. The very light hand, just blur it. Yeah. So in this style, it's what we have basically explored here is it's not necessary that the cuts that you make to the translucent sheet is clear cuts. You can always add tangles there also. Right? So it's okay. You can try different things. So just do that exercise to all. Add a little bit of darkness around your diva dance. Not much, little. So I'm done with that exercise. Added a little shade around my diva dance. If you want, of course it is optional, you can embellish a little with these dots. Right? But again, if you want to, you can. Otherwise, just leave that tile there. Black spaces always tempt me to add those dots. They look kind of mystical. Blacklit sky. Yeah. So some touches there. Not much. And optional. Yeah. Well, you can do that on this also with your jelly roll itself. If you want, it will show a little. Yeah. Use a boulder nib and just add those dots with your jelly roll on your gray also. Yeah. If you had a finer eraser, would have probably created those white spaces using my eraser. But I don't see it possible here, so I'm just using my jelly roll only. Yeah. Yeah. And I think we are done. That's about it. Yeah. It is visible. Yes. So let's close our tile here. Don't forget to sign and date it. Right? And I will see you again with another new session. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.